All the students coming out, that was great. They were into the game. Nothing better than on a snowy day to get into BJC with the team. So I really appreciate all the students, everybody showing up, and it was a choppy game for us, but I was proud of our guys, especially down the stretch, of having composure for a young team and finishing plays, making their free throws. We just extended the free throw coach multiple years, so he's back. We're going to keep him. But I just really liked how down the stretch it wasn't perfect. We didn't rebound well enough. I thought we had some really good defensive possessions, but we didn't finish it with a rebound. In Big Ten play, we got to get those rebounds. So it's a win. Proud of these guys to be 8-1 at this point. Now we got a lot of work to do, but these guys have been working really hard, giving me everything they have, and now it's onward. So excited to see what's ahead for these guys.
Mike, right here.
Oh.
You talk about the rebounding. What is the key to that? Is it effort? Is it a technique thing?
Well, yeah. Sometimes, I mean, it's a great question because in the first half we had some really good ones who got out and ran. In the second half, I thought we got in rotation a little bit, and I didn't think our guards rebounded down, we call it, where they got to get in there and either rotational box outs, or we rotate and the guards just got to run in there and clean it out. Dom does a good job of that. The other guys got to start getting better at it. I thought Melly had a big rebound on the backside late, but just gave him too many opportunities. I thought we had some really good possessions and just sitting cleaning up with rebound, and we got to stick our nose in there without a doubt.
Coach, great job again tonight.
Thanks.
Man, we knew this Campbell team was going to be tough. This year they were challenged by Wisconsin, West Virginia, and Wake Forest before coming here, and we knew they were challenged, and man, you guys answered that challenge. You put the defensive clamps on them. Just really impressive. But I tell you what, my two unsung heroes tonight was Dom Stewart and Tibor Murtick. You know, stats-wise, they didn't really, but man, they had their hands like on every finger, on every rebound, like steal. They just did those little things tonight.
Yeah, Dom didn't have great numbers today, but I thought, he did a great job. He guarded the ball really well. His aggressiveness, running in there and keeping, he tipped a couple balls away from them. I mean, he's so locked in right now, of just like in the moment doing what's needed. I thought Tibor has given us 2 good games in a row here. I thought he got off to a shaky start early, but then got going. We're going to need him in Big Ten play, playing against his size and all that stuff. So really, really proud. I thought Sasha gave us really good minutes today. He just didn't finish a couple, and we need him to. But I thought defensively on the glass, I thought he did a good job guarding 13. So we're going to need him as well. So yeah, I thought those 2 guys. I agree with you, Ryan. Those 2 guys were, they really helped us today, and some other guys as well. And you need guys to do the dirty work. That carries over to find a way to win the games.
Mike, you mentioned the defense. How important is it to have a performance like that tonight on that side of the ball, especially with a tough road game coming up next Tuesday?
Yeah, we got to be able to guard, good offensive teams that. Campbell, the way they play, they're going to run their stuff no matter what you do, and they stick to their continuity. So, it sort of lulls you sometimes, and I thought our guys just better from when we started in game 1 of sustaining our defense, deflections in the half court. Now we got some steals in our press that got us going and got us baskets, got us a lead there in the first half. Gets you going on the offense, but I just thought at times we just had some really good sitting down team defensive possessions, and we're going to need that in Big Ten play for sure.
Mike, during the preseason, you talked about giving Caden the keys to the team, to the offense. Now that you have a 9-game sample, 21 points tonight, how would you evaluate him, in that role specifically of having the keys, of being that guy?
Yeah, I think he's learning, from the start. Now he's a very aggressive player. You saw that again tonight. 21 points, 4 assists, 3 steals. Drew 4 fouls, 5 from 5 from the free throw line. He's going to make plays for us. We want an attacking point guard all the time. I thought defensively, his pressure on the ball the last 2 games and guarding point guards at the point of attack has really helped us. He's only going to get better and better too. And you know, all this stuff and the way he's playing and the stats are great, but he's really hard on himself to get better. And so I really think he's a good player now. He's only going to get better and better as we continue to help him with his development. I think he's been great. I wish he wasn't so hard on himself, but usually the good ones are. But he's continually understanding what needs to be done to try to win college basketball games. And you know, I didn't think, you know, he got in foul trouble at Providence, and he took it upon himself to really guard without fouling and still have an impact on the defensive end. And it's just great growth for him, and he's very coachable. That helps so much.
Mike, you went from wanting to fire yourself to going 14 for 14 in the second half. It seems like such a simple part of the game, but what was the process of turning that around? Well,
with some guys, you don't talk a lot about it because then they get in their own head. Some other guys, you just simplify it. I'm a big believer shooting free throws is like shooting a pull-up jumper or a catch-and-shoot shot. So when you have all these spins and you throw it around your back and put on your hip and all that, like that's not real basketball. That's not the shot that is so natural. So I try to get guys to simplify it so they feel really good with the ball in their hands and they have a certain routine. And then I'm really big on finishing. You gotta finish to take the front of the rim out of it. So we with Yvonne and some other guys, we just really spent some time with them. And I was in the gym with Yvonne after practice the other day, and making him go up for a layup, and I was fouling him and then putting him on the line to shoot two, and just having fun with him and all that stuff, and different guys. And Caden, he's so hard on himself, so he doesn't think about making it. He's probably thinking about, I can't miss this one. And you shoot a dagger, knock him down every time. And so I just think mentality-wise, and then just get a lot of reps up, feel good about it. So, but that won't be on the news tomorrow because it's not a slow news day like last time.
Or Sports Center.
Or Sports Center, which is ridiculous.
Anything else for Coach? Yeah, Travis.
Mike Yvonne had, to follow up on him, he had a career high 16 points.
Yeah.
I guess how much higher is the ceiling for him, and what do you see in terms of his output moving forward? I think he played 26 tonight, he had 30 the other night.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to be really, really good. He's very coachable. He's really hard. Honestly, he might have the best basketball IQ on the team for a 7-foot freshman. Just has a really good feel. You could tell he played with older guys growing up most of his life. Just has such a great feel. He's very quiet off the court, but he talks the most on anybody on the team on the defensive end. And he calls the scouting report plays out as the game's going on. He talks in the huddles. So great basketball IQ, great feel, very competitive, which is cool. But also, I was so worried about him. I thought he'd foul out his first couple of games in 3 minutes. And I told him that, that's why you're going to come off the bench, man. And he took that as a personal challenge to really guard and be physical, but without fouling, which is hard for a freshman big guy at this level. He's done a great job of it. And then his offense just keeps improving, getting better and better. He's very coachable. He really listens. He's a lot like Caden, where he's hard on himself. He wants to do well, but he takes to it. So I think he could be really, really good. I really do. And I think you're going to see him make more threes and play on the perimeter and face up. And he can end up being a power forward as his career goes on, just because of the way he moves and guards smaller guys.